Hello everybody, I hope you're having an absolutely fabulous day. It's January and here I am at Cottage Gardens of Petaluma, beautiful Zone 9B in Northern California. It is absolutely wonderful right here, right now in the sunshine, but the shade is still pretty chilly. So I hope you're all staying warm and happy and enjoying this gorgeous January. So today, everybody, I'm going to talk about all the fabulous garden chores that we get to do here in Zone 9B. I know most of the country is tucked under blankets of snow right now, but we are so lucky. I just am so blown away how gorgeous this week has been. We had rain for a couple of weeks. That wasn't so much fun, but right now the weather is so perfect. It is inspiring me to get outside and garden. So I'm going to tell you everything you need to do in your garden right now in January to keep your garden thriving going forward and to get yourself off to a fabulous spring. Just follow along, get a pen and paper, take some notes, and then get outside to your own gardens. Okay, first up, winter maintenance. January is a really great time to get outside and take a review of what is going on. Like right here, I'm spotting weeds, dead leaves, some roses that need to be cut back just a little bit further, some perennials that could use a bit of a tidy up. Getting the weeds out is really important. Getting those dead leaves out into your compost pile is also pretty good because bugs can hide underneath there and slugs and snails can hide out underneath there. And you also want to make sure any leaves that have fallen off your fruit trees are gone, just in case there's fungal spores still left there. So first step, tidy up in your garden. Gives you a great opportunity to see also what's new, what might be popping up. I saw some daffodils popping up over here, so that's pretty cool. And as I weed, I'm sure I'll be finding more and more things to let me know that spring is coming. So that's a good time to maybe bring back in some perennials that might be getting out of hand. So I'm keeping an eye on everything here, looking at further chores that need doing down that direction. And yeah, spring maintenance starts with cleanup. Really check to see what needs work now. Saves you a lot of bother going forward in the spring. The soil is so soft. The weeds are just coming right out, nothing. It's also a really great time to prune back your perennials. Those summer blooming perennials and fall blooming perennials, such as this Salvia oliganosa or bog sage, right now you really want to take it back. It's a pretty tough plant, but you don't want to just let it go because next thing you know, it'll take over your whole garden. So wander around your yard, have a look at the perennials that definitely need to be pulled back. Right now, middle of January is an excellent time to do it. Which brings me to what else is it a good time to prune? Your roses, of course, your clematis. I've got a little rose video all about pruning climbing roses. You can find that, and then there's going to be another video about pruning clematis because January is a great time to do that. But your perennials, your clematis, your roses, your fruit trees, get out there and prune them. Because before you know it, with these gorgeous little balmy days that we're having right now and this kind of sunshine, the buds are going to start breaking and they're going to come out of dormancy. And you want to beat that dormancy. You want to get ahead of it. Really gets your trees off to a great start if you get them pruned ahead of the breaking of the dormancy. So I'm going to get back to this because there is lots more to do. Here's a real quick demo about pruning the fruit trees. Now this is a very tidy little tree that I only planted last year. If you want to see how to plant a new fruit tree, check out that video. But you start by pruning. Ooh, I can see little buds just about to happen. I'm getting there just in time. Take out all the tiny growth that's facing inwards and any other tiny little bits of growth. Have a look, see if there's any diseased branches, crossing branches. I'm not seeing any disease. And then let's prune to shape. This one, I don't think I actually need it, but While I think about that properly, I'm taking it down to there. Rest of them, I'm taking each young branch back by half because I want to keep this fairly small, easy to protect, and throw bird netting over it if I need to, and easy to spray if I ever have to do such a thing like that. So taking it down each branch by about half to an outward facing bud. I may take that one off fully later, but right now you want to cut at a little bit of an angle. We don't have the same weather-related issues that they do in major parts of the country, but at the same time, that little bit of the angle cut, any rain that falls on that cut will go right off, roll right off, and not penetrate and cause bacterial problems. Okay, that's a really quick demonstration of pruning this adorable little pluot. I cannot wait. If you want to keep it super small, you can also do summer pruning on it, but there you go with the quick demonstration of winter pruning while it's dormant. It's also time in January to prune back your ornamental grasses. You want to get ahead of any of the new growth. Not that it really harms your plant to wait until the new growth is happening too. It's just, it's already put that energy into the new growth. So cutting that back all the way to the ground at the same time, it just has to do it all over again. Long-term health of the plant, what you want to do, remove the old growth before the new growth is emerging from underneath. So middle of January is a great time to cut back the grasses. And it looks to me like lots of birds have been visiting, made the most of the seeds in the grasses. So it looks like they're pretty much gone. So it's a great time to prune them. And before I forget, not that I have any asparagus here right now you want to get out there to your asparagus bed. Asparagus is this fabulous perennial vegetable. You plant it one time and one time only, and it takes up that space and gets bigger and better every single year. Well, right now it's beginning to do its underground magic, and it's going to start sending up those fresh new shoots pretty soon. So you want to get out to your asparagus bed. You want to really clean it. All those leaves that have fallen on it over the year, over the last, fall and winter months, get that all cleaned away. Get the pests out of the way. Get the slugs and snails out of the way. Also, cut back any of those big brown ferny fronds that are left over from last year. Cut it all back. Mulch with a 2 to 3 inch layer of really well-aged compost. We'll have the soil booster here. Clean it up. Layer it with compost. That will feed the asparagus underground and get it off to an amazing start once the weather really warms up in earnest. And now let's talk about planting. January is an amazing time to plant so many different things, starting with roses. And this Fun in the Sun is still my favorite one for this year. I am going to expand my garden, I think, just so I have space to plant that Fun in the Sun rose. But yeah, roses and fruit trees and vines and shrubs and tough perennials. Pretty much anything that is not frost tender, you can go ahead and plant that right now. Oh, let me start that again. Pretty much anything that is not frost tender, meaning, a night of frost is going to really harm it, you can plant anything. And this list is huge. Like I said, roses, bare root fruit trees, deciduous fruit trees really. Avoid citrus for another little while. It's still too cold for them. Shrubs, tough perennials. Plus there's a whole lot of cool season annuals. We'll go down and look at those too in a second. Lots of great things that you can plant. And planting now in January gets it off. Every single thing that you plant right now, getting it off to an incredible start. It'll be just ready to take off once the weather warms up properly. Let's talk about some of the cool season annuals you can plant right now. Bachelor buttons. They are so cute. They love the cold weather. They make gorgeous little flowers that are great as cut flowers, and they're edible too. Sweet peas, of course. We've reached this other window of time that it's really great to plant sweet peas. Make sure you get them something to climb up and over. Most of these sweet peas that I grow get to 7 to 8 feet tall, produce incredible flowers that are so fragrant. And I got to show you this one. This is pulsar. Doesn't look like much now, but when it gets big, it'll be way up there, 7 feet tall, climbing a fence, climbing a trellis. And the flowers, they're big, they're ruffled. They're this beautiful kind of blue and white and lavender blend. Oh my goodness, so gorgeous. They mix well in any bouquet just by itself, or mix it up with other sweet peas. But that's my, as you can see, it's my favorite this year. I've grown a lot of them. Also, poppies. Fabulous time to plant poppies. And one of the greatest things about poppies is they self-seed. Plant them once, you're going to have them again and again and again as they keep popping up over the years in your garden. What else can you plant right now? Well, in the vegetable department, there are so many wonderful edibles that you can plant here in Northern California, starting with peas. Now, I really recommend transplants. I know they're super easy to grow. The seeds are nice and big, but the birds absolutely love them. And slugs and snails also love those little tiny seedlings. So I recommend transplants pretty much for all the veggies. Partly from my own experiences at home with the darn birds, like getting everything, unless the plants are up and growing and a little bit better established. Also bird netting helps. But anyway, peas you can plant right now, greens of all description. And if you've never grown escarole and endive, it grows so well around here. It tastes so good, gives you that bitter taste that is amazing. Radicchio, onions, oh my goodness, great time to plant onions or leeks, and all sorts of other greens like Swiss chard and kale and broccolis too. I want to point out one Swiss chard that I am definitely growing again this year. It did so well last year. This is peppermint. It is so pretty apart from anything else. I do like to decorate with my vegetables, including Swiss chard. You can see already how it's already starting out this beautiful white, pink. It's not striped like a peppermint, but it's definitely got a peppermint color to it. It doesn't taste like peppermint. It just tastes delicious and green and chardy and exactly what you want from a chard, but also beautiful. Back to what can you plant right now? Don't forget seeds. Right around now, it is time to get seed packets of your favorite tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, all those fabulous summer veggies that we all love to grow so much. And you can start seeding now. As you can see, I showed you last week about the tomatoes, the first of the tomatoes that had popped up. Well, even more have popped up. Right now is a really great time to start seeding your favorite tomato plants and your favorite peppers and your favorite eggplants. If you don't get to all of them, we've got you covered. I counted, I've got something like 240 plus tomatoes that we're growing this year. I've got over 90 peppers. Got a little carried away. There are some amazing new varieties, definitely growing them. But enough about that. You can plant seeds of those vegetables right now. I would wait a little bit on anything like your squash, your pumpkins, your cucumbers, any of those really quick to germinate ones. Beans, don't do them yet. It's still way too cold. So you're going to wait till probably the end of February to start growing those indoors, or better yet, wait till the middle of April and seed them directly outside. Okay, while we're talking about veggies, January is a really great time to start planning ahead for your spring garden, for where you are going to plant those tomatoes and those peppers and your squash and all those really, really fabulous summer veggies, because space will be needed by the time those little seeds that you've germinated or the transplants that you've bought, they're going to need space. They all look so innocent at their little tiny 3-inch size, but you know how big a tomato gets. You know how big a squash gets. So if you did pay attention at all to my January's resolution video, Plan ahead. Get your garden sorted out. Really think, what are you going to plant in your spring garden? And not just for veggies. Walk through your garden, see what worked this year, what ornamentals worked, what fruit trees worked, what shrubs get to stay. I mean, what do you want to keep? Really look at the structure of your garden, see if it needs tweaking, see if it needs repair, see if something needs extra attention, and do whatever is needed to make your garden the place that makes you happiest. So yeah, sit around, spend January wandering through your garden, having a really good look, what gets to stay, what's going to be gorgeous again next year, what didn't perform so well. It's a really good time to do it and to pull out the stuff that didn't work and make space for new plants that are absolutely going to blow you away in 2026. Find your favorite weeding tool and get out there and weed. Get those little buggers before they get their roots too deep. And while you're out there, you might find some summer annuals that are still got some color on them, but that are definitely spent. Part of the whole maintaining your garden means you're also going to be checking your fences, your trellises, your irrigation. Oh my goodness, don't let me forget irrigation. January is a great time to start checking it because you don't need it right now here in Northern California, at least our bit of it. It rained all the way through Monday, but it's a really good time to check it. Now you're going to find if any of those emitters are blocked, if gophers have chewed through a line, if there's something like the valves aren't working, it's a really good time to check it way ahead of when you need it. But now that I'm talking about watering, we did have a lot of rain and that was great. But if you've got a house with big eaves going over a planted bed, those plants underneath those eaves may have not gotten the water that they need to survive. So do get out there and double check. Another really lovely annual that we love around here, this was hyacinth bean vine. We always leave it on for a really long time so it can drop some seeds, which is cool, and then it resprouts itself. But as you can see, it's well and truly spent. I'll be cutting this away, freeing up this spiral to plant peas on it. So what's blooming in your garden right now? One thing I just noticed as I sat down here, this beautiful aloe Cynthia Giddy, is starting to bloom. Hummingbirds love this plant. At my house, the aloe arborescens are blooming, and this other Plicatillus, it's also starting to bloom. It is just so wonderful. Anyway, speaking of aloes, one more thing I want to say before we go is don't forget, have frost cloth handy for another while. Today is gorgeous. It's definitely sunny, but last night was so cold. Frost all over the place at my house. And if you need reminding how to drape frost cloth over a citrus tree, I do have a video. Can't remember where it is, this side or this side. Check that one out because newly planted citrus trees, they do not like to be covered in frost. Tender succulents, they don't like it either. The succulents behind me right now are really pretty tough, but there are others that don't like the frost. So have frost cloth handy. The veggies that you plant right now should be fine. They really should, but you might live in a slightly colder area than we are right here in Zone 9B. Frost cloth is handy there too, and it keeps the birds off. So there you go. All right, everybody. I think I've covered everything you need to do in your garden in January to keep it gorgeous and to get it ready for next year. Don't forget to soil prep too if you're planting anything new. Prep your soil, get it ready. So yeah, that's it. I hope this was helpful. I hope you liked it. Hope you took notes. Hope you get outside in your garden and do the chores. I hate even calling them chores because gardening is such a wonderful thing to do. You get so much from it. You get to be out in nature. There's hummingbirds out there. Everything's so great. So if you can't come visit me at Cottage Gardens, make sure you check out my Facebook, Instagram, drop me a comment, let me know how it's going in your garden, and what chores do you plan to do this week. Bye for now, everybody. I'll see you next time. Happy gardening.